Hey everybody, it's Melissa, and today we're reviewing Gucci Guilty. Oh, it's the same. I didn't even notice that the back is exactly like the front. But anyways, here it is, Gucci Guilty Pour Homme. I believe this is the EDT concentration. Yeah, EDT 50 ml, 1.6 fluid ounces, and this is actually my scent of the day. And funny story with Gucci Guilty is that this is a fragrance that when I think of, there's one person in particular that I know has this scent, and he's like, what do you think of it? But I could never smell him. So I never really had an opinion on it. And these past couple of days have been the time that I've actually worn it for myself. And I'm really pleasantly surprised with this fragrance. I've been really enjoying all the designer scents that I've been trying lately. For some reason, they've been hitting a lot different in comparison to the designers that I was trying maybe a couple months ago. But this, to me, is a nice summertime, springtime fragrance. What I get off the opening is I get this lavender, I get some lemon, and in the dry down, there's some cedar and maybe a touch of vanilla, but I don't find this to be a strong vanilla fragrance on myself. And also, it kind of reminded me in the opening, maybe within the first 10 minutes of me wearing it, it sort of reminded me of a fresh version of Layton by Parfums de Marly. I don't know if anybody else kind of got that, but I wore Layton recently also over the weekend, and great fragrance, but I was a bit too gone, and when I was wearing that sweet scent, it was a bit too sweet for me, so it just was a recipe for disaster. But I smelled great, but it was just the mixture of how everything went down that kind of left a bad impression. But Gucci Guilty it smells like a fresher alternative to that fragrance. And I find this to be very, very versatile. I think this is definitely one of those blind buy worthy fragrances, those dumb reach signature scent type of things that you can get for literally anybody that wants a masculine fragrance, and they'll be happy with it. Like, this can be the one thing you get them, and this will be just their signature scent forever. And honestly, I feel like this fragrance ages well, because I remember hearing from my own followers that Gucci Guilty was something that, brought some sort of memory, some sort of like nostalgic feeling whenever they would wear it, because they wore it a lot when they were younger, but smelling it as they've gotten older, it still kind of matches their vibe. And I totally see that. Like, this is a scent that if a high school student wanted to wear it, they'd smell fantastic. But then also, if you wear this when you're in your prime or you're in your 30s, your 40s, it's still a nice, elegant, sophisticated fragrance. So for me, it's something that works well if you want to dress down, if you want to keep it casual, but also if you're trying to go a little bit more upscale, it's gonna fit that mold as well. And I do think this is a very sexy fragrance. If you're somebody that's looking for compliments from, women in particular, I think this will get it for you. But don't be like that guy I mentioned in the beginning that only probably does one spray of this scent, or like sprays it in the air and walks through it. Please don't do that. Like, I have videos on how I apply my fragrances. With a scent like this, you could do 5 sprays, no problem. Just do one behind each ear, the back of your neck, the backs of your shoulder blades. If you're gonna be staying out throughout the night, you can honestly double that and you'll be fine. In fact, I think I did I do 3 sprays of this scent today? I'm gonna try 6. So we're gonna do another 3 here. Maybe not on the shirt right now. I kind of want to see how it smells on skin, because it bangs. Like, it's just really good. I don't have a critique of this. You know what? Performance, I would say, is noticeable for, like, I was able to pick up on it for like about 5-ish hours or so. So if you want it to be longer lasting, apply it on your clothes, apply even more of it, and you should be fine. Now I'm smelling a little bit more of the vanilla, but it's still just that citrusy. Like, I like the lemon and the lavender in this fragrance a lot. It smells refined. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so good. Like, this is a really good fragrance. I'm kind of shocked, y'all, because whenever I would go to like Sephora or Ulta, I would kind of just glance at like the Gucci section and just kind of move past it, because a lot of the Gucci fragrances I've tried, at least on the feminine side, like Gucci Bloom and stuff, they were like pretty mature for my liking. and I wasn't really jiving with it. Gucci Guilty Black is another good fragrance as well, but I actually prefer this one over Gucci Guilty Black. I prefer the silver bottle. So I think this is the original, if I'm not mistaken, and you can get it for a pretty affordable price. I think the full size bottle, like the 3.4, the 100 ml, you could probably cop for under $65. And this is half that size, so you could probably get it maybe for $40 or less. So just keep that in mind, so that you don't walk into Sephora and just buy a bottle for double the price when you could save money on it in some online store. All right, so keep that in mind. But to me, the only critique of Gucci Guilty would probably just come from the fact that it's not a complex fragrance. But again, this is conversation that's in specifically the fragrance community, right? Where if something is super mass appealing and if there's something about it that doesn't add a challenging aspect, then people write it off as basic or forgettable. But for me, I just think this works so well. It's gonna be the perfect kind of fragrance for your day-to-day life. You know, it's something that you will feel confident in, and you'll feel great, or like you will feel confident knowing that you smell great. And also it makes a great first impression for the people around you as well, because you can rock this in a professional setting. You could wear this on a date. You can wear it when you're running errands. It's just a good scent to have. Like, this is the type of fragrance that will make people fold. It really will. It's nice. I have nothing bad to say about it. In fact, I feel like I would rate this pretty high as a designer fragrance. No, let me take out the word designer. As a fragrance in general, I'd probably give this maybe like a 9 out of 10. There is nothing to hate about this. If I were to give you something I hated about this fragrance, then you would just think, okay, she's just trying to pull things out of the air to give it flaws. And this is not a sponsored video, by the way. I'm not getting paid by Gucci to say, oh my gosh, this is the best fragrance in the whole world. All thoughts and opinions on all my videos across the board are my own. But this one absolutely bangs. And I feel like in a way it's kind of slept on when you compare it to other masculine fragrances that are getting a lot of love right now, like YEDP, Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel. All of those are amazing fragrances as well. But I like the modernness of this scent, but it also kind of has a little bit of just a classic old school vibe as well. So a little bit of something old, a little bit of something new. And those are always fragrances that absolutely bang, in my opinion. Like, kind of like L'Homme by YSL, that it doesn't smell like your typical blue fragrance, but when you wear it, you're like, okay, I could see it in these times, but I could also see it as something worn 50 years down the line. You know what I mean? So I think that this is a great staple fragrance, and definitely as of right now, what's today? August 14th, 2023. This is my favorite fragrance from the house of Gucci. All right, so here it is. Let me know your thoughts, and I was gonna flip it over, but it's the same thing. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this fragrance, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.